Hello, this is Stephanie Toman, and this video is going to be looking at an area of the ICDL Advanced Spreadsheets qualification using Excel 2016, but you can also use Excel 365. So the part of the syllabus we're going to look at are the areas called multiple sort, where you do more than one item. Most of you have done a sort from A to Z in a surname or something like that. This takes it a little bit further. And then adding subtotals, which is a great little tool for quick calculations within sorted data. So that can be done in a couple of clicks as well using that feature. And the final thing is the custom sort. If you wanted to sort particular areas out, like days of the week, etc., within a spreadsheet to work to your advantage, starting on a Sunday, for example, run the Monday, then you can do customization in there. So this is part of the syllabus for the advanced spreadsheets, ICDL, but you might want to use it for other purposes. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So the first area of the syllabus we're going to cover is multiple sorts. It's not too difficult. It comes up in the exam. It tends to be part of another question. So let's have a little look at this feature. So you can sort, as you can see up here on the Home tab, you normally would click somewhere within a data range and you can sort A to Z, lowest to highest, or Z to A, highest to lowest. But we're going to do a little bit more than that. So with our multiple sorts, we're going to do more than one. So if we click in the data and then we go to the same area, but this time we use custom sorts. In custom sorts, as it says there when I hover, choose more options such as sorting by multiple columns or rows. Okay, we're going to go onto here. Let's lift this up here and we're going to follow the information along here. So we're making, doing the values of the make is going to be ascending, then we're going to do model, then we're doing a price. And you can see here that's all been done. So you can see the sort of thing that we're getting at. So let's just delete, and let's OK and start again. So together we're going to create that custom sort again. There's our first one. Drop that down and we're going to do it by make. So we click on the make and we make sure that it's A to Z, which is the default ascending. I can see my header rows. My header's in here because this is ticked on. Take it off and they become column A, B, C, etc. So you can still use those if you didn't highlight your headers or they weren't picked up. You can still use the columns as long as you know which one represents which heading. So then I'm going to add a level and this one I'm going to do it by model. And if I just pull this down, they're all going to be ascending. The final one at another level is price. And you see because it's a numeric field, it's got smallest to largest. Then we OK. You can see that the data becomes a little bit skewed. So normally we would look at something, we would know that it's been sorted according to what we've asked. This will sort first by your first item, then your second, and then your third. So your first sort will be priority. And this doesn't look too bad, but some data can look quite different. So that's the sorting by make. I've just dropped a reminder for revision here in the bottom of the spreadsheet, just to help you think about other ways of doing it. In that case, that's been descending. Okay. So we're going to leave that. That's all there is to it, not a lot. And then we're going to look at the filtering list, also a small area, just to make sure that we cover the syllabus. I would imagine a lot of you are already using filters. The data tab is where we find our filter. You can see that I have filtered data here. And click it on and click it off. If it's not in the range, it won't click back on again. So you do need to be in the range in order to do it. So outside the range, it won't do it. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Normally we would do a filter according to what we need. With a test question, however, what people tend to think is they must use these other filters to make it look like they're, doing that bit more. But it really depends on the question. So what they're trying to get at in the test is, do you use the most efficient way? So if I was going to do, I wanted to filter this to everything above 2, I would just do that, and then it would include the 2, and above, if I didn't want the 2 included, I'd just do that, and it would be filtered. And I might think I need to go and do what I'm going to do is a greater than or equal to, and then put in a 2 and filter it that way. But you can see which one is there's a clear again, you can see the one that's much more efficient. So always go for the most efficient. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. It will either be filtered when you get into the question, or it may not be, or you might need to clear and do something else. So just keep an eye on what's going on in the window. And I've popped the sheet on just to remind you of how you need to think about the most efficient way. And that's that on that area. Let's close this. And let's open up. Nice little feature, nice little tool. Before, we've done something very similar in the data tab called outlining. Do you remember in here? So auto outlining just sort of like hid or displayed or collapsed and expanded data according to what you wanted people to see. This one does a calculation as well. It does subtotals, totals, and it does it automatically. All data to begin with has to be, for example, the department here needs to be sorted correctly, because otherwise if we do subtotals we can't do them all mixed, it would look a mess. So that's the first thing you need to make sure that your data has. In the exam they would do that for you automatically. We click in our data and we go to what they call the subtotal upon your data tab, a lot in the data tab as I said before, and it says on it that it quickly calculates rows of related data by inserting subtotals and totals. So let's have a look at that. Click on it. So in the exam, if we just pull this alongside here and read this is the way the question would be coming at us. It would give us the information of at each change, and you can see there at each change. So I'm going to make that department. The sum is going to be a numerical field, or the use function. It's got to be numerical with regard to subtotaling, hasn't it? The absent. And the function you use could be something different. So in our case, it's sum, which is default. Could be at, you could have to change it to one of the others though. But that numerical field, as I said, would have to be something that met. So if you did it and it looked absolutely ridiculous, then you know that you've maybe popped something in the wrong place. Because remember, this is the tool that's doing it for us. So when we OK, you can see now how it jumps into outlines as it did with the outlines before, but this time they're subtotaled, and you can see there's some highlighted areas all the way along with subtotals. So once again, if we click on 1, we get the grand overall total. Then we get the subtotals and the grand total, and then on 3 we get all of the information. So the question may be that it wants you to use subtotal this data according to instructions, as we've had here, and then show subtotals and total only. And that could be your question answered. So not too bad, just takes a bit of time. Think about it, think what you're using. And then I've done a couple of examples here where you could try it again, and you could do it, you could do it with regard to using an average. So remember, department at each end, absent, OK. And then if you wanted to remove all back into there, click on there and remove all, and it goes back to what it was originally. So think about that. There's the information there, a little bit further. I don't think you'll need it too much, but it might help in revision areas. Okay, so that's that area covered, and the final bit of the syllabus here in the 11 and 12 sorting and lists criteria is the custom sorts. We're going to open that up together and have a look at this. Let's go to the first sheet, custom sort lists. So what we have here, I've just over this way, I've just put in this Monday and Tuesday. And you may or may not have done it with us before, but you know, with when we've had ICDL before in the Spreadsheets basic, you can actually put in lists, can't you? If you highlight the first two sequences, you can then fill up the rest of the sequences. So you can do 2, 3, and then it will follow suit. So what this is really is it's got stuff in the back end, if you like, of Windows that are there automatically, and it almost like reads what it is you're trying to do. But then we also have this ability to do different customized sorts of information. So instead of just starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as they do, we can change that accordingly. So if we pick up these, just to make your life easier than mine, I'm going to copy that in. I'm going to place it in under the order of the day. So H6 to H14. And you can see it's not in order, not in any particular order. And it goes back round again, so not too good. So if we click in there and we go to the sort and we go to the custom sort, remember we used the custom sort when we were doing the multiple sorts. This time we're going to drop down here and make sure we've got the right heading that we're dealing with there. And then in here, we're going to go into custom list. And this drills down into an area a little bit more to it. So we've got lots of days here and we want them ordered properly. So we're going to go for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. The normal week, if you like. And I didn't pick the Mon to Wed because it won't work against the text that we've got in our workbook spreadsheet. Okay, so if we OK that, we can see it's up there. We OK it again, and it fixes it beautifully so that it's sort. However, what if we had unfortunately, a week that starts on a Sunday? So let's try that then. So we're going to go back into the same feature, custom sort, expand, yes. We're in the order of the day, that's what we're changing, and we're going back into the custom list. I'm going to add a new list in. We've got one there, but I'm going to delete that. It's not very good, it's just been started, so let's just delete that. Okay. And I'll just for ease, I've copied it out here just so I can run it through. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's say that it finishes, oops, Thursday. And finishes on a Friday. Okay, might start on a Sunday, but there are some good things that come out of it. So if you click on the add, it jumps into the custom lists area. So now it's actually highlighted. We can OK that. You can see that it's in there. OK again, and that data changes. If you want to do it next time, you could always copy those before you go in and do it. I forgot to do that, hence I had to type badly into the area. But it's how we do things. I guess that works. Let's have another little look at custom lists. I've popped something down the bottom here to help remind you when you're doing them. And what I'd like to do is look at this area here where we've got custom lists that people may want to use in a particular way with particular names. So we can also do titles of positions in a company. So there might be reasons why you want your own sorted lists in there that you can just apply to large areas and sort it out in a matter of seconds. So let's have a look at this one and see if we can, I'm going to copy that before I go into the feature to make my life easier. And I'm going to click in there, make sure I'm in the right sort area, into sort, custom sort. Make sure that I'm on the names. That's the title there, the heading. And then into custom list. And I'm going to paste what I've just copied in. So these are the people that I want in the list. And this is the way that I want the list to be sorted as well. Okay, so if we add, it drops it into the custom lists area and we can now use it. Okay, and there you go, all sorted as I wanted it, not alphabetically or in another way. So you can have a go with the same with the one here. Nice and easy. Just remember when you're clicking it, when you go into the tool, that you make sure you're on titles before you go ahead and do that one. Okay, so custom lists, not too difficult. What you've got to watch in the exam with these is that sometimes they'll give you date lists. You'll see one if you do the diagnostic, and it looks like you can just sort it, a normal sort, and it will be fine. But if they say custom list or custom sort, they want the custom sort here. Okay, so make sure you use the right feature and that will be fine.